Hi everybody, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. I'm here in Lisbon and I've got an unboxing for you. Stay tuned to FM. Okay, I think this is one of the hardest locations I've ever had to find. Lisbon is a gorgeous city, but it's a very, very busy city. So I've been walking around the city for the last 2 days trying to find a location that has a nice backdrop, but also is not public enough and quiet enough for me to be able to film a video. So I'm still in a very public place. I've wandered high up to the castle of St. George. There's still lots of people walking around. It's quiet at the moment down the street. So even though this isn't a really wide vista shot of the ocean or rooftops, I managed to find a nice splash of colour and what is a lovely typical Portuguese street in Lisbon. So fingers crossed the rest of this video goes okay. Just first of all, I want to talk about what I did yesterday. I was thrilled to meet one of my loyal subscribers, Sergio. He messaged me to say that if ever I was in Lisbon, he'd love to meet me, show me around, show me where the best places to go sniffing are for perfume. So I took him up on that offer and I found an opportunity to head to Lisbon. So I flew into Lisbon a couple of days ago and true to his word, Sergio came to meet me, so we had a few beers, and another friend of Sergio's off a Facebook group, Antonio. So hi Antonio, I know you're watching. So hi guys, and thanks for meeting me yesterday. Had such a great time coming to a city that I've never been to before, where I don't know anybody. Well, I do now, but it was just great to come to a new city and to have friends already there waiting for me to show me around. So I'm going to be eternally grateful for that. So after having a chat about everything FragCon, we went to a fantastic high-end niche perfumery store called Embassy. There's a gentleman called Ricardo who owns and runs Embassy, and he was so helpful. He couldn't do enough for us in terms of offering us drinks. When we got in there, we had a coffee, and he had lots of fragrances that I've never even heard of. You think niche, you think fragrances like by Rado, by Kilian, that kind of thing. Well, there wasn't any of that in this store. Most of the brands were new to me. This is kind of the high end of niche, so this is niche, if you like. So we smelled some amazing things in there. It was great to try new things, to try things from brands that I haven't heard of before. So really enjoyed visiting Embassy. So thank you Sergio and Antonio for taking me there. And then we went to have some food and more drinks, and we did a traditional Portuguese shot, which I believe is called ginginho, something like that. Anyway, Sergio, you'll be able to correct me in the comments underneath this video. So it was the end to a really perfect afternoon of meeting up with people. Moving on into today, yesterday Sergio recommended another niche fragrance shop called Skin Life. So I found Skin Life. It was right near the metro stop that I use to get into the old town of Lisbon, and unfortunately when I found it last night it was closed. So I looked through the window and I could see all sorts of brands that I'm really interested in. So I went back today. I met in the shop Patrick and Dennis, and again, as with Embassy, super friendly, and this is how good their service is. They didn't open in the afternoon till 1 p.m, but I got there just after 12 midday, and they offered to open the shop almost an hour early for me. They said, don't mind us, we're still opening things up and doing a bit of cleaning, but feel free to sniff whatever you like, take your time. And they really just left me alone. They really gave me the time to explore lots of different fragrances. Some I've smelled before, some I needed to remind myself of. I was looking at making a purchase, so I really wanted to take my time and make sure I made the right decision. So here's a little clip of the shop, and here's Patrick. So I'd just like to introduce you to Patrick.
Hi there.
This is Patrick here at Skin Life, and I've just got to say thank you for looking after me. I've been in here for a little while, and you've shown me lots of different fragrances and explained lots of different things to me, so I've had a great experience.
Thank you so much for visiting us.
That's okay.
I hope to see you soon.
How long has this shop been open for?
So in January it became 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And how long, and you've worked here, did you open the shop?
Yeah. Myself and Dennis, we are both the owners of Skin Life.
Okay.
And we wanted to introduce niche to the Portuguese market.
Fantastic. Well, it's a great shop. Really enjoyed visiting. We have brands like Le Labo, by Kilian and Frederic Mal. So some great niche options. And I purchased 2 fragrances, and then Patrick very kindly offered me samples of other fragrances that I smelled and really enjoyed. So thanks for a good experience.
Thank you for visiting us. See you next time. Thank you.
Some amazing brands here, lots of choice. And I've noticed they have Tabac Rouge by Phaedon, which is one that I really enjoyed when I went into Bloom Perfumery in Covent Garden. So maybe I'll pick that one up. We'll see. I'll have a sniff around and choose something. But this shop is amazing. And you have to see the Le Labo lab here in the background too. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now onto the unboxing. So you may remember from an earlier video of mine where I went to Bloom Perfumery in London. I smelled an amazing fragrance by Phaedon called Tabac Rouge, very similar to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. But I smelled lots of different tobaccos when I was on that trip, and out of all of them, I think this one was the one that I liked the most. I haven't smelled it since that trip, so here we go, unboxing. And I'm just gonna spray a little on my hand. Tabac Rouge Turkish blend, and from what I can remember, this was just so smooth and creamy, lovely sweet cherry tobacco. Wow, it's amazing. It's just as good as I remember. I think it's slightly different to Tobacco Vanille. It's maybe not as bold as that fragrance, and I think the honey is probably more prominent in this. So a lovely sweet honey tobacco. It's not really dense, it's not really musky. It is an eau de parfum concentration, but this is just a beautiful sweet scent. I'm getting some cinnamon in there as well. So lovely sweet honey tobacco. If you've not tried Tabac Rouge and you like tobacco scents and you like sweet scents, sweet tobacco scents, then it's probably worth giving it a try. And I think the only place that I know of in the UK that stock this is Bloom Perfumery. So if you're in London, if you're around Covent Garden, pop into Bloom and they'll give you a smell of this, and they might even give you a sample. So I love this, really glad to have picked this one up. There's one more fragrance. Just got them down on the floor here because I don't have a usual table to put them on, so guerrilla style shooting here. Guerrilla style unboxing. We're doing all right actually, it's quite a quiet little street at the moment. So the next pickup was a fragrance I'd never smelled. I heard a lot about, a lot of hype for this one. I saw it in a really dinky little travel size. It is Escentric Molecules, Molecule 01. So I'm super interested in this scent. I've heard a lot about it. This appears in a lot of top 10 lists. Very popular fragrance in the fragrance community. But the strange thing is, people say that you can't smell it on yourself. So it makes me wonder why people really hype this fragrance up if they can't really smell it on themselves. I mean, I'm sure when they say they get compliments from it, then I think obviously I believe them. Actually, Patrick was telling me about this scent, and he was saying that it has pheromones, or it accentuates your own pheromones, so it works differently with different people's skin chemistry. And he was saying there was a guy at work that he knew exactly when he was wearing this. He could smell him from quite away, all the way from the other side of the shop, and he said it just smelled beautiful off his colleague, and he really enjoyed it. Yet his colleague couldn't smell it on himself. So I'm going to have a little test. Here we go. Let's see if I get any smell off this, off my skin at all. Here we go. All right, so it's ISOE Super, I believe, is the only note in this one. You know, I do get something, but it's not very strong. I don't know if it's just the alcohol in the fragrance. Usually perhaps the alcohol is masked by lots of other notes in there, lots of other molecules, but with this one, no, I'm not getting much at all. I hear a lot of people do layer this with other fragrances because this just reacts so well with skin chemistry, and it doesn't really detract from the scent of another fragrance. So for example, if I was to wear Tabac Rouge and I spray this on first, then this wouldn't interfere with the scent of Tabac Rouge, I don't think, although I will experiment further with that. So this one's going to be interesting. Escentric Molecules 01. I'm going to see how it goes. So those are my fragrances. There's also another travel set that I was thinking of picking up. I may go back tomorrow, I haven't decided yet, but I haven't seen this before. It's called the Nomad travel set. It's by Gallivant Fragrances, and it has 2 ml samples of all of their fragrances. It's a brand that I've heard other people talk about. I know Mr. Siage has mentioned Gallivant perfumes a few times. I'm really interested to try them. I had a few sniffs in the store, and have to say really enjoyed all of them, so I'd love to maybe pick up that travel set to explore them further. So watch this space, maybe there will be a review of that in future, and I'll probably do a review of these 2 fragrances further down the line as well. So the rest of my travels are going to happen like this. I will leave Lisbon tomorrow, I jump on a train and I head down to the Algarve to stay in my family villa on the beautiful Algarve, where I've been visiting for the last 20 or so years. We love it down there, it's so relaxing. So I'll probably try and do some videos from down there in the Algarve as well, because the coastline is so stunning. I'd love to try and capture some of that on video for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this different backdrop. Like I said, I know it's not a sprawling vista, but I quite like it. It was so hard to find somewhere that wasn't super busy, but still had a nice little bit of an aesthetic to the background. So I hope you enjoy this one. Okay, I'm going to sign off from here. That's it from me. Please let me know if you've got any thoughts on the fragrances that I've bought, or if you've picked up any of Gallivant fragrances as well. Should I pick it up? I probably won't be in Lisbon by the time you watch this video. This will probably get uploaded in a week or 2, so I should be safely back in the UK by the time you see this. I'm in the Alfama district of Lisbon, where Sergio assures me that some of the best Portuguese food is served in the restaurants. So I'm going to try and find one of those restaurants and hopefully have a beautiful Portuguese meal followed by a double espresso, and I'll watch the world go by. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell to enable notifications, and until next time, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.